Howdy, hillbilly nation. This is American Hillbilly. And welcome to the Guns, Beer, and Therapy Saturday Night Party. Ready? Look at that face! One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, I'm glad you guys can make it tonight. I'm all excited. We got a good show lined up for y'all. And man, look at that side chat going there. I mean, welcome, everybody. Man, a lot of people out there. We're going to have some fun, guys. We really are. I want to thank you so much for making it here tonight. And we got some guys backstage there. Before we bring them out, it's really nice out today and everything. So I thought, well, we'd move the green room outside. Got a nice big old fire going. Had a pot of ham and beans, cornbread going on. And next thing I know, them guys get out my best cast iron Dutch skillet and start dumping lead wheel weights in it. My goodness, you just can't take them reloaders anywhere. So anyway, without further ado, I want to bring them on here. First up, we got the man, JH586. Jamie, welcome, buddy.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing great, bud.
Walter started the smelting stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Thanks for having me, man.
Well, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it. Glad you can make it. And that cornbread was not, there was no jiffy in that cornbread either, so.
Oh, I could tell by smelling it, man. Really
all right. Well, up next, he's on at least a 2-week run of being free from the YouTube jail. And so we want to welcome Walter. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm doing well here. Had a good day, and that pot of yours, the cornbread wasn't heavy enough, so that's why I added that lead in there, and then it started getting cold, so we put some jackets in there too. So that made it better, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Good to see everybody on that side chat. Let's get this party started.
All right, buddy. Well, welcome and thank you for coming. Up next, we got Bubba Triclops Ballistic. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up? By the way, the fire starting right now is completely and totally involuntary. He added brass casings and was, added lead to it, so I figured I'd throw in a couple primers and some powder, and well, long story short, I should probably not be
right up.
I hope you move the cornbread and ham and beans first. That's all I can ask for.
Don't worry about that. It's moved completely. It is in my stomach.
Well, up next, we have the one and only Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing all right. How are you, man?
Doing great, man. Welcome for being here, man. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, glad to be here, man. That cornbread was all right till they put all that lead in it. Then it didn't taste right after
that. Yeah. Yep, I imagine so. You know how those reloaders are.
I know it.
Well, up next, we got back there is going to come up. We got MacMan. How you doing, MacMan?
How you doing, guys? Good to see you
Great.
all. Thanks. And I must admit, I prefer to eat the lead than the cornbread. That cornbread's nasty. So I'm quite happy sucking on the stuff that's left.
Well, thank you so much for showing up tonight and being on the panel. Sure appreciate you. So up next, we have guy. He's mostly in the bunker, but he come out to eat some cornbread and ham and beans. And anyway, it looks like you went back in the bunker where it's safe, huh, buddy? Welcome, Pat.
Hi, well, thanks for having me on. The ham and beans were great, but the cornbread, thanks to Viejo over there, now my nervous tick is back, so that damn lead. So I didn't know he spiked it, so now I got to go back on the medication. So
Sorry,
it
man.
happens. It happens. Thanks, Walter.
It was that Trail Boss powder that was in there.
It must have been
That'll
something.
turn
I'm
you
not
into
sure
a cowboy real
what
quick.
it is, but it does something to it.
Oh, man. Well, welcome so much, guys. I sure appreciate y'all showing up. And so we want to say hi to the side chat. So, Jamie, what do you want them to type in? And if you don't mind, can you shout them out for me, please?
I will. Walter generally comes up with the gig line on Friday nights. That way he can get it in first. So
Okay,
I mean,
Walter.
he's typing it as he's saying it.
Okay, here we go. Gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
There you go.
All
Just like
right.
that.
Yeah, Scotsman, we got that Trail Boss thing. I'm wondering what they ever come up with that mess for. But so we
Well,
got
if you type in gunpowder, we'll shout you out on the YouTube side there, guys. And
absolutely. And it
well,
blew
welcome
off the
those
page.
also
Hold on.
watching from Facebook and Twitter, and also, see, Pat in the Bunker's also streaming it. So thank you so much, Pat, and welcome everybody that's over on Pat in the Bunker side. Welcome, welcome.
So in here we've got Walter Viejo. We got the Scottish American. Tim S. What's going on, brother? Gizzard Gary is on the panel. Mark Thomas, what's going on? CW, what's happening, brother? Michael Dunn, the Bearded Lunchbox, Tactical Fudge, the Scottish American 2400, Dwayne 7834, Duffer 426, 3 Jeep Discovery, Rollis Carvelis, Tim S, Macman 039 Reloaded, M1A2 Abrams Tank, Bobby Barlow, Jay Coozer 2, Okie Dokie, Ozzy Osborne, excuse me, Mark Thomas, uh, Campbell Bunch Vicky, C&T Design and Arms, and I think that's all.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jamie, and welcome everybody. I sure appreciate y'all showing up on a Saturday evening, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. So before we actually start getting into some topics, Jamie, do you want to share what the Scotsman's done and what community's pulling together for?
Yes, sir. I certainly will. Our brother Lakeview Outdoors, his wife is very, very sick. Uh, they're running into some extraordinary prices for treatments. Um, and y'all know good and well how insurance companies will do you. They'll take your money, but they'll label something experimental or whatever, so they don't have to pay for the treatment. So we're doing a fundraiser for Lakeview Outdoors, and if you would like to make a donation, you can get in touch with the Scottish American. We'll try to get his email up for you here in a few minutes, and there we will be doing a giveaway. Scotsman has offered to build a rifle or a firearm of the winner's choice. And I'm sure between now and then, a lot more stuff's going to go on. But we've got a pretty lofty goal of $10,000. I don't know. Uh, that don't seem undoable to me because I've witnessed for 6 years now what this community is capable of, and they never fail to come to the aid of their brothers. And I got an idea about. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I think I got a pretty good idea about how to draw attention to it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. What happens with that? So, Hillbilly, thanks for letting me talk about that for a minute.
You bet. And I want to, Scotsman's out there in the side chat, and I want to thank him for, doing all that he does. I mean, the guy's just always on top of stuff like this, just trying to help, and the community just always comes together great. And, one thing about it, people, when they get sick like this and stuff, they're not asking for a handout, they're asking for a hand up, and that's what this community does so well, And so, anyway, I'm just excited to, be a part of getting to help that family and stuff. So, anyway, let's just go ahead and we'll go around the room here and tell a bit about your channel and what you're doing. We'll just start with you, Bubba, as soon as that smoke clears. You're on mute.
You're muted, Bubba.
Yeah, I got you.
Good.
So I got a couple parts of the reloading bins, a couple RCBS parts, a couple Franklin Arsenal parts and stuff.
Cool.
I've got all of them in here right now. Got a couple new targets since I blew my other target up. It's supposed to be a self-healing target, so just set this out about 150 yards and see if I can even see it. And then I got a little bit flinker just to have a little bit of fun on the channel. So about it right now. I did get my blend should be coming in for the 5.7 lower, so I'm going to be building that too on the channel.
All right, buddy. Sounds like a lot of fun. So,
should be.
All right. Well, go over and check out Bubba's channel, man. Great channel. So, Jamie, what you got coming up? Said you already got a video idea. So that's fun. That's going to be fun.
I have started filming the 308 load series. I'm going to call it 308 on a budget. And we'll go through different processes a little at a time. So that way, hopefully we won't tick off the powers that be and wind up in YouTube jail. And, But I'm going to do a video tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have the first episode of the 308 ready to release as well. I've started doing this 3 times and scrapped it every time. So we'll see what happens. So that's what I'm working on.
All righty. Well, Walter, we'll just drop right on down to you, buddy.
All right. I just want to let you know that Jamie is not wearing the Speedo tonight. Just let y'all ought to know that.
We need to move the boxes around, put him down below you there to help out some.
Let's see, what do I got going on? Today I spent outside most of the morning smelting down a bunch of range scrap and getting myself all stinkified. That stuff is smelly, but I got about 100 pounds of usable alloy out of that mess. And this afternoon I loaded up some 38 special. I'm going to go shoot that stuff off tomorrow. Monday we got, I think we're up to episode 18 of Moldy Mondays. And that's a series where I'm taking molds out of my collection that I've never cast before and getting them brought up and running some lead through them and load them up and go shoot them. So this Monday is going to be a threefer because it's for a caliber that I don't own any firearms in. We're casting up some bullets for a friend of mine, and in 41 mag, and I got a whole bunch of molds, but no firearms. So in place of not being able to show you any shooting footage, I'm doing 3 molds for the price of 1 this coming Monday. So that's what we got going on here.
Awesome. Well, it's nice you have a friend to give them to. Otherwise, the person had to go out and buy another gun. Huh?
Well, I'm trying, but there ain't one in California.
Oh yeah. Over on the West Coast, you kind of got a hand or two tied behind your back on that. So,
Yep.
Well, all righty. So, Gary, what you got coming up, buddy? What you been doing?
Well, in the first place, don't ask me to look up and see if Bubba's wearing a Speedo or not, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. What have I got going on? Just the normal stuff. I've got some new gear to review and stuff like that, so you should be seeing some videos pretty soon. Hopefully get some range stuff done too. Other than that, just a normal live stream on Friday and being on everybody else's panel when I get invites and stuff like that. Yeah, I talk a lot, probably more than I should.
Nah. The live stream's a lot of fun. I tell you what, that's Friday nights are always fun. We got Georgia Shooting Connection, and then we got your channel, and then after that, a lot of times we got gun websites. So Friday's a full night, a lot of fun, and so anyway, all right. So MacMan, what you got coming up, buddy?
I've been out in the loading room all day today. I dropped some videos, some unboxing videos. I dropped the scales I won on the Georgia Shooting Connection from Michael Dunn. Did an unboxing on that. Picked up a few pistols, so I done some unboxing and tabletop reviews. And I've been carrying on with the series with my loading the 4570, which it's not going as smoothly as we thought. Walter's been helping me out. We've been having some issues with some of this brass and bullets. So, yeah, it's been quite interesting to try and figure it out. So that video will probably drop later tonight or tomorrow morning, the one with all the issues. So it'll be interesting for people to see that and have their comments. But other than that, yeah, just chilling out, working hard. It's busy in work, and I'm missing a lot of live streams because I'm just working late at night. So, but we're getting there. Just thanks for the invite, and I can see the side chat is popping tonight. So keep an eye on that.
Oh man, yes, it is. All right. Well, thanks for that, Walter. Appreciate you, buddy. So Pat, what you got? Tell a little bit about what you do and what you got coming up.
Well, ever since Thunder on the Prairie, once I got back, I've just been busier than a one-legged man in a bucket contest, trying to get caught up on farm work and everything else and everything down here in the bunker. Haven't had any time to do any real podcasts or anything, but got a lot of videos shot and everything, just doing a little bit of editing and a little bit of tweaking and stuff here and there. Be some new videos dropping tomorrow on the range from Thunder on the Prairie. Didn't get any out last week. I was buried, so couldn't do much this whole week. But anyway, no, just busy, man. Just super busy, but be getting some content out here this Sunday. And thanks to Viejo, I started on my medication again. So just damn lead. Trail Boss and Lead. It sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right? Well, I already had problems to begin with. I just
Oh boy. Well, guys, I also want to tell you, let me make sure I do have it up and running, and yes, it is. So if you want to enter in tonight's giveaway, make sure you type in hashtag HBN25, and that'll get you entered in tonight's giveaway. And I sure appreciate everybody showing up, and be sure and get your hashtags out there, and we will have another knife to give away tonight. So let's see, you guys ready for the first topic? This can be as like anybody's choice. I mean, it's not going to be one way or the other. It might be both. But anyway, what I was wanting to find out, we'll just go through the room and the side chat give their opinion. What platform do you like better? Do you like the AR platform or the 8K platform? And see, we'll just start back down with you, Pat.
Yeah, sorry. Yelling at the young ones upstairs. They're running around the bunker down here.
No problem.
Between the lad and the trail boss and the kids, I've got a nervous twitch. Anyway, I'll put it this way. The AK round, good round. Good mid-range round. I ain't knocking it one bit. I've done a lot of retrofits on SKSs, doing new furniture, trigger jobs, stuff like that in the past, doing gunsmith stuff on the bench backs there. It's really hard. As far as, I'll put it this way, good round, not a whole lot of versatility. AR platform, a ton of versatility, different parts, everything. It's Lego land when it comes to AR-15. It's Lego land. And as far as different calibers, AR-10, AR-15, running just about every caliber you can think of on there. But if I got to just go for sheer versatility and parts and stuff, I got to go with the AR platform. I just got to go with it. But if you want to go with nostalgia and you want to go with just something that is just flat out cool from the end of World War II, basically, the very end of World War II to Korea and the platform that's been through just about all of it, I'd have to say the AK. AK's awesome too, especially the AK-74.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bunker. Havers Tank says your bunker must not be childproof.
Oh, heck no. They're running around behind me, and I got a nervous tick. And yeah.
Hey, that's no problem, buddy.
So, it is what it is, brother. It is what it is.
You need a couple of good shots of that Scotsman's whiskey. Not for you, for the kids.
Yeah, that'd probably get him to go to bed really quick. That'd lay him down. Not that I advocate that.
Right.
I will say that, yes.
All right, Mac Man. What do you like? Both of them, or do you prefer one or the other?
Years ago, I bought an old AK and I didn't like it. I got rid of it. I much prefer the AR platform. I build a lot of ARs. So that's got to be my favorite platform, the AR platform. But saying that, I am looking maybe to buy a nice AK now just to add to the collection. It's something I haven't got in my collection, so I'm looking around to see is there anything worth buying. So But definitely on the question, it's definitely ARs. I much prefer them.
All right, buddy. All right. Well, Gary, what's your opinion on this, buddy?
Oh, as far as preference goes, I'd much rather have an AR. As a matter of fact, I have one. But I have shot an AK a couple of times, and I have to say it's a lot of fun. But I don't ever see myself owning one. But heck, 5 years ago, I probably would have never saw me owning an AR either. So never say never. But right now, if I had to make a choice, I'd say the AR.
All righty. Yeah. Excuse me. All righty. Well, Walter, how about you, buddy?
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Gary. I do not own an AK and have never, ever shot one. So I'm kind of at a loss for a comparison's sake. I do own a couple of ARs, one that I built that just by sheer dumb luck turned out to be a really great shooter. So, if I got to say, do I have a favorite? It's not a good question for me to answer. I do like the AR platform. As Pat was talking about, there's just so many options. You talk about buildability with that AR platform, whether it's a 15 or a 10 or a 9 or whatever. There are just so many ways you can go, and you have that ability to make it your own firearm that nobody else has one like that. So I like that concept, but as far as is one more reliable than the other, is one shoot better than the other, one feel better than the other, I can't answer that question. So for me personally, it's going to be the AR only because that's all I got. I got a couple of them.
All righty. All right. Well, so Jamie, do they make a lever action AR?
That's
A
what I was
revolver
going to
AR?
That's what I was going to ask you, man. I think
I
they
figured
make
there's
I think they make a BFR in 7.62 by 39, probably. Seem to be able to get those everywhere and about anything. But my stepson owns an AK, and I've shot it probably more than he has. It's not a bad platform. I mean, I can see the attraction to that communist stamped metal, whatever. But I'm an AR guy always. The reason I like the absolutely 6-shooter Texan, the Henry 1860 is the original AR. So AR's meaning assault rifle, which is not what AR stands for in the term AR-15. It actually stands for Armed Light Rifle, but y'all know that. So,
yeah.
I've built several AR-15s at this point in my life, and I think I'm looking to build an AR-10, probably in 308, and see how accurate I can make that thing shoot. But yeah, I'm an AR guy. I'm an American. Dang it.
Alrighty. Before we get to Bubba, let's see if we can answer Mr. Chef Jess's question here. It says, I have a fear of guns. And how do you guys conquer that? And man, we welcome people like this because not only do we enjoy our Second Amendment and stuff, but we also are here to help or answer questions. And so that's one wonderful thing about the internet is the outreach of people that can ask questions and get good honest information and stuff. So I applaud you for asking that, Jess. Does anybody want to go first on helping with this? And side Chad, appreciate if you can jump in too. So Pat, you want to go first, buddy?
Yeah, I'll jump in real quick here. First of all, don't be afraid of the firearm because you are the one manipulating the firearm, and it's just like anything else. It's as safe as you make it. You can go to a range, you can have uh, friends or family help you just get somebody with knowledge. Especially if you want to go to a range and try something out, that would be great. Start out with something light, like a 22 or a 17, something like that. Um, Everybody in here is gonna echo a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna say, and they're gonna have their own opinions and stuff on everything. And we're all firearms guys, and we're all safe, and we've all been shooting. And hey, guess what? We're still here.
Yeah, and I still like to address Scotsman said a great thing here too. Having a fear is a good thing. You respect it, not be so comfortable you make mistakes, and that is honest truth. Like even though I have firearms, I know most of us we still have that fear of, hoping that we don't make a mistake with it or actually have to use it, to take, any type of life or anything like that. So, having that fear, Scotsman's so right. It's the fear. It's the having that fear demand respect of it, and and that I mean that's a good thing. So, anybody else like to say something? Yeah, Walter, go right ahead, buddy.
Well, a couple things. One is you need to spend some time around them, but I think you need to spend that time in the hands of a professional. Um,
100%.
and I'm sure most of the guys in the panel have had friends, who are beginning shooters or wanting to get started into the shooting sports. Say, hey, can you teach me? And I'm no different from that. But I always say, no, let me show you a couple of my shooting videos, and you'll soon see why you don't want me showing you how to teach or how to shoot. And I'm a teacher by trade, but I'm not a professional firearms instructor. And if you learn from me, what you're going to learn is all of my bad habits, of which are numerous. So I think a good place to start, though, is to go to the range with some friends who are shooters and just to get a feel for what kind of noise you're talking about, and get someone to show you about what this recoil thing is, and maybe shoot once or twice, some light caliber firearms, but then go find a class in your area where you can shoot a bunch of different firearms and get somebody who's really good at recognizing the things you're doing wrong and right, and show you the right way to get started. And if you start with a really good foundation like that, you're going to progress a lot faster than you would if you started learning from somebody like me who's, you're going to have to unlearn half of what I would teach you because I got so many bad habits that, things that I'm not doing correctly. And some of them you have to be kind of look, what did he just do there? How come that bullet went over there when it was supposed to go over there? So that would be my advice. Sure, go ahead and go to the range with some friends and get them to show you the difference between a revolver and a semi-auto and a rifle and a shotgun and all that kind of stuff, and get some of the lingo under your belt, and then say, yeah, this is something I want to go for, and then find yourself a good class and go there. And your local gun shop can probably steer you in the right direction for a class.
All righty, and I'll say hi to Scott Hillbilly Morgan out there. I think this is the first time I've seen him on the chat here, and it's also Jess, and we got some new people, and I thank you guys so much for jumping on this evening. So anybody else like to add to all the good stuff that's been told? Yeah, Mac Man, go right ahead.
I would just say,
around the room, guys.
You can go. You can go to a range, but you don't want to go to a range at a weekend or a busy time to ask the range officers to help you because they got too much going on. But if you could go sort of midweek and the range is quiet, you could go up to a range officer and say, hey, listen, I've just bought this gun. I'm new to it. I'm nervous. Can you help me through it? So that's one way if you went to a range. But like Walter said, the best thing you can do is go to your local gun store and find somebody there. All the business cards there. Find somebody that does training. Even the guys that do the CCW training, you can get in touch and say, hey, I'm not so much interested in my CCW at the moment, but could you spend an hour with me? Could I hire you for an hour? Take me out. I want to learn all about the gun. And he'll run through maybe how to strip it down and clean it, how to shoot it, how to load it, everything. So your best bet is get to a local gun store and get the business cards, phone a couple of people and tell them what you need. And they're all there to help you. Okay, I know you're going to have to pay for an hour training, but that'll break down your fear. It's going to get you to hold the gun right, and you're going to lose a lot of your fear. You'll do a lot of shooting, and I think that's going to be your best route.
All righty. Great stuff. Bubba, I think you had something you want to say too, bud?
I will say this: if you got a fear of guns, first of all, in anything that I do,
Don't say you don't buy a Glock, okay?
I wasn't going to say that. It's like I want somebody that's scared of guns to fire a gun that kicks that hard. Anyway, but no. My advice is that with anything that I do, I like to always study everything that I do before. So if you want to read up on stuff, you need to read up on stuff for this. If you're scared of something, read up on it before you start doing stuff. That's the first course of action. Your second course of action is to understand that you are in control of that gun. So the only person you really need to fear is yourself and what you do. And if you have somebody basically training you or whatever you're doing it, that's going to weed out some of that fear of you doing something wrong with a gun. So most of the fear needs to be on whether or not you use that gun properly. And reading and understanding and studying it beforehand is very, very important, especially someone new shooters. They got most guns have manuals that comes with it. Tells you what not to do and what to do. Most guns have those. So read it, study it. If you're still scared of the gun, study it some more. Keep on studying it until you get used to what the functions are on the gun, how the gun operates, and everything of that nature. If you're starting off with a caliber, definitely start off with a low caliber gun. Do not start off with the highest I would say would be a 410 shotgun. That's about as hard a kick as you need to start off with whenever you're just now starting with guns and you have a fear of guns. So don't go any higher than 410 for a shotgun, and don't go any higher than a 22 LR, maybe 22 mag if you want to get used to a gun. You want to get used to recoil and stuff like that, you get the 410 and you get the 22 mag and stuff like that you can shoot. But the main thing is study and know yourself first, and know what the gun is capable of and how the gun operates. For studying is the most key important thing. Now, I could give you what every gun controller thinks as somebody that's a gun advocate is going to say. I could say, straighten up and fly right. But no, I'm not going to say that because people do have a fear of guns. That's a silly notion. So you need to build yourself up to it.
Yep. I'm going to break in here for just 1 second. There is a really good handbook for learning all the actions, just a good general gun book if you're getting started. And it's Decoding Firearms with John Petrolino. This is a very good gun. I've bought several and handed them out. I've actually taught about 4 to 5 people, especially during the pandemic. People were afraid and everything, and I wanted them to learn responsibly how to manipulate a firearm. And this is a good book. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it just about anywhere. And this will run down just about everything you need to know about the different actions, the safety, and everything. And it's on paper book, and I think you can get it for about, I might be misquoting this, but $20 on Amazon. And this guy is a really good guy. I've had this book for the last 3 years now. And I made my daughter read it, and I've made every single person that I've taught whether it was handgun, shotgun, rifle, it didn't matter. That book covers a lot of good subject matter just on safety alone. So yeah, if you're looking for if you're a paperback reader and you're a book reader, that would be a good one to start with, right there. So,
All righty. Jamie, I don't know if you could say a whole lot more than what's been said on the side chat, but I'm sure you have something added to it. One thing, since you do reload, I might, if you don't mind, touch on this just a touch because when somebody's not around guns, maybe their family or parents or something, did not, they just didn't grow up with them. And, and they hear the word, well, explosion. Okay. That bullet has got gunpowder in there. It blows up, and that's what shoots the projectile out because, I've had that question a couple times with new shooters that I've been around. They're like, they're kind of worried about the explosion. And so what can you tell about that? I mean, with that and anything else you want to add?
When someone says to me that I'm scared of guns, how can I overcome my fear of guns? Well, first thing I'm going to do is bring them in and set them down and explain to them that a firearm is a tool to accomplish a specific job, uh, whether it be poking holes in paper, having fun at the range, whatever. Uh, to get over any kind of fear, you got to face that fear. And what I would do would be to explain to that person what's going on. And I think that's what you're getting at. It's not really, it's a chain of events that appears as an explosion. Detonation is a bad word. We don't like that word. Um, so I guess kind of it is an explosion, but what's going on is the hammer hits the primer. The primer creates a spark that burns the powder, which produces gas that propels the projectile down the barrel and out toward the target. Um, it's a series of events that happens really fast, and I wouldn't call it. I guess it is. It's a controlled explosion. I guess is what it is. But we don't like when we say a detonation. What we're generally talking about is a case that has a uh, low powder fill, and uh, that flame from the primer goes all the way across the top. So instead of the powder burning from the back toward the front and producing the gas, that it's more like it goes all the way across the top and it burns from the top down, which goes that way. If there's a weak part, a spot in that case, you're going to have a bad day. So we don't really like that detonation thing. And remember that all force is going to follow the course of least resistance, whether it be water, whether it be hot gases, where it be that pressure building up behind that projectile, it's going to go out the barrel. It's controlled. It's very controlled and done safely. It's a lot of fun, but um, in the hands of uneducated or careless people or evil people, it can be a very dangerous thing. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think you did a great job on explaining all that, and I appreciate that. You answered a lot of stuff. I mean, even though I know what it is, sometimes it's hard to explain. So, I mean, I think you did a great job. I appreciate that, Jamie. And uh, Chef Jess, I hope you got some answers that you're looking for here. I appreciate you being on here, and you know, that's what this community is all about, is just helping people, and trying to protect our Second Amendment right. Um, and we have fun, though. I mean, we have a lot of fun, and there's no doubt about that. That's why I think a lot of us enjoy making these videos and stuff because, we can add some laughter and fun to it, plus some education, and just have a lot of fun. And so that's what it all ends up to about when we are shooting guns and stuff. It's something we enjoy, and so I hope that all this helped you or anybody else out there that might be watching or later on a podcast or something like that. So I hope this helps everybody. And now, Bubba, you're the last one. You didn't get the answer. Would you like an AR or AK or both? Preference on either one?
I will say this ahead of time beforehand. I do enjoy the question that was asked by you, Chef. I actually really do enjoy the question. I like being able to help people. So that question meant a lot to me, and you don't know how much that actually helped me. So I appreciate the question. But as far as the AR and AK is concerned, is price an object?
Nah, I mean,
all right, so if price is not an object and I can get Zenico furniture on the AK, I'd probably run the AK before anything else. It's a flat shooting round. It's very controllable. If it was in full auto, it's probably a little bit more controllable than an AR to me. But if I'm going with strict modularity and stuff of that nature, I'm going to go with an AR. An AR is going to hit out a lot better. It's a lot more module, a lot more ways to keep it held zero and stuff. So I definitely prefer an AR over an AK. If it was like end of the world situation, I'd probably rock an AR and then rock my rock my dagger because I'm not going to rock a Glock because those who rock Glocks wear yoga pants and drink Bud Light seltzer and pineapple on their pizza and stuff like that. So I mean, that's just my thought. Even though my dagger's a Glock clone, I think they did everything Glock tried to do with a gun and made it better. So, but yeah, no, I definitely go with the AR just because of the modularity and stuff like that. It's less of a hassle to get stuff dialed in, and yeah, definitely would go with that. Plus, there's so much different ways you could change out what kind of barrel you're using. You could have separate barrels for different types of things. You can go from shooting a 223 to shooting a 450 Bushmaster or a 6.5 Grendel. I mean, it's hard, AK has two different rounds it's chambered in. You got 7.62 by 39, or it can be chambered in 5.45. 5.45 is a very, very gnarly round. Not that accurate, but it is a devastating round when it hits. It's pretty much called the poison bullet for a reason, because whenever it hits, it flips up, flips down, flips to the side, and everything else. It just separates and just shreds whatever it goes through. So as far as ballistics is concerned, if I was having to fight other people, probably an AK. But at the same time, probably go with the AR just because of the modularity and I can switch out the barrels and stuff.
Wow, that's some really good answers, guys. Really good answers. For me, I've not had the opportunity to shoot an AK, so I really can't have an opinion on it. But I do understand mechanicals and stuff like that, and I appreciate the very simple mechanics of an AK. I mean, it's it's the insides of it is it's kind of I don't know how to explain it, but it's everything there is like how it should be. I mean, it's like great design, all that stuff. But I also really like the fact that with the ARs is like a lot of people said, you can change the furniture on them. You can change the caliber. They're just so versatile, and I really, really like that. I mean, you can literally take a 223 5.56 and put a 22 long rifle conversion in it and shoot 22 long rifle. I mean, it's just the it's just so well rounded, and so that's one reason why I like that, so. Oh, looky there. Jamie's getting a hug. Hi there. Oh, look how pretty. How you doing?
Nothing. I'm good. Look
You're
what's
good?
inside. It was a chocolate bar and a hug and kiss ticket.
All right. Man, that is awesome.
It's like from that chocolate factory in that one movie.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Nice.
Papa got the golden ticket.
I wanted to give you a little surprise too.
New Texarkana said, "Hey Rigby."
Well, that's the one thing I love about this community is because when the kids and everything can still be a part of everything, that's when you know it's family friendly.
You got that right. You bet you, man. That's a great community to be a part of. There's no doubt about that.
She's adorable, by the way, Jamie.
Yes, she is.
Well, thanks.
You got some beautiful grandbabies there.
She can be a handful. We had to take her to the doctor today because she's got a case of swimmer's ear, and she's wanting to go back to the brother-in-law's tomorrow and swim some more. So there you go.
The answer there with Mr. Chef Jess, I'm not for sure to come in on through YouTube or on mine or Pat's side or through Facebook or Twitter. I stream through different platforms, and so that's one thing, guys. I mean, we are reaching out, and people enjoy watching this, and I don't know how many people it tells me they watch a lot of our lives and they never comment or nothing. They just like to listen and maybe take notes and stuff. So that's awesome. It really is. So anyway, I hope we got that question answered. There's a lot of great answers out there. So
And DM Foss ain't wrong. I think, Chad, what causes that is you get that chlorinated water in your ears and you don't clear it before you go to bed, and it stays in there and infects your ears. That's just me. I'm a dumb old country boy, man. What can I tell you?
Yeah, a swimmer's ear is no fun. I know that. I had it when I was little, so a few times. So, alrighty, guys, make sure you get your hashtag in, hashtag HBN25, and we're gonna do one more topic before we draw that, and so I don't mess up here. So anyway, the next topic is going to be, I just thought, we just have a little fun with this. And since we talked about the ARs and AKs, let's just talk a little bit about Jamie's favorite thing. One of Jamie's favorite things. Let's just talk about revolvers and lever actions. So, what I'm thinking here is what is a good lever action and a good revolver that you personally like, and I know all of them, but so Jamie, since you really like these, two types of guns. I'll just go ahead and let you go first, and then we'll jump over to Bubba and go around the room.
I think, of course, it started with the old Winchester lever actions and the Colt revolvers was how it started, and it's morphed into cowboy action shooting and this, that, and the other. But the idea there is to have a rifle and a handgun that can shoot the same cartridge. So you're only carrying one cartridge. That's the idea that started it all. So, our military nowadays, they're carrying 9mm handguns and 5.56 or 308, that kind of stuff. But to me, um, the Marlin 94s, 1894, and a Ruger Blackhawk or a Ruger Vaquero, any of the clones of the P model Colts, those are, and this guy down here does a series on them. I mean, if you want to, Walter's got it out there. All you got to do is go look at them. The original ones were, I think the first ones were in 4440 and 45 Colt, weren't they, Walter?
That was some of the first pairings of the same caliber. You could go back far enough and find lever guns and revolvers in 44 American too, which was a rimfire cartridge. 44 caliber rimfire. That's what that Henry original was a 44 American, or 44 Henry sometimes called. But when they first started getting carried, when the single action Army Colt came out in caliber 45 Colt, then we started seeing some lever guns come out from folks like Winchester and so forth, also chambered in 45 Colt, and that's a great combination right there. And so nowadays we can get 44 mag combination too, and a nice single action revolver and a lever gun from more than one manufacturer. So
the Henrys are great. Of course, if you're going for functionality and you want a double action revolver, a Rossi 92 and a Smith & Wesson 586 will work fine too. So
I don't know anybody who's got that combination, though, do you?
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Pat, you got a 586 and a 92 as well, and 357 Magnum.
Man, if I could have one caliber for the rest of my life and have two guns that would shoot it, it'd be that sweet combination right there. That 357 Magnum coming out of both of those. I love that combination, and I do have both. Love them. Love it.
That's a lot of fun. And I've acquired a Ruger Blackhawk in 44 Special, and then another one in 44 Magnum, and I'm saving up. And me and Walter's been talking. I've seen some 92s, and I could have bought the 92s, and I hadn't got enough up yet for the Marlin, but I've had opportunities to buy the 92s and 44 Magnums and just let them.
That'd be hard to pass by, since you've got some experience with the 92 anyway. So I'd love to see you get one of those.
It's not that Marlin though, buddy. It's just
but don't cost as much either.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at possibly 3 times as much for that Marlin when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sell one of the dogs. You got a dog that's worth that much, don't you?
Probably my wife's dog. If I sold her dog, I'd be in the doghouse.
Instead of the dog. There'd be room in there for you. Yeah, I like a good lever gun with a revolver. And the last one I did in my series was with the 4440s. And I had that nice original Henry made by Uberti and an Uberti copy of the 1875 Remington revolver, both chambered in 4440. And that's a fun combination there as well. But Next one up in that series is going to be 44, though. It'll be 44 Henry and a 44 Ruger Blackhawk.
Nice. That'd be real nice. All righty. So, anybody else? MacMan.
I love them. I've recently got into revolvers. You've seen them. I've been dropping a lot of videos. I gotta say, I love the Colts, the Pythons, the old ones and the new ones, and same with Anacondas, the old one and the new ones. King Cobra is another great revolver. I'm lucky enough just to get hold of that new Marlin 1895 in 4570. Can't wait to get out and start shooting that. And then I got a bunch of Henrys as well. So yeah, I love lever actions. I love revolvers, and I tend to shoot them more now than my semi-automatic. So yeah, I can't say a bad thing about them.
I know you can go out there in the desert and just throw some Coke cans or whatever out there and just
Watch them dance.
yeah, baby.
But 45
You gotta get
Colt would be one of
You
my
gotta get a
favorite.
soup can now because the pop cans are so thin. They just kind of just one shot and done.
Yeah. Yeah. Seltzer cans don't hold up well when you shoot them when they're full, do they?
No.
No, they don't. But all right, Gary. Been shooting any lever action revolvers? Anything you like?
Never ever shot a lever action in my life.
Oh my goodness.
Now I need to have that pleasure someday. I want to really bad. Revolvers, yeah, I've shot a few. Most of the stuff I own is modern stuff and nothing. I mean, I do own one rigger, but it's an LCR. Everything else is either a Taurus or a Heritage Rough Rider or a NAA mini revolver. So I haven't had the luxury of experiencing the Colts or the Smith and Wesson revolvers and stuff. That's a whole. I'm open to it. I just haven't got there yet.
Got the opportunity.
That's something I want to explore one of these days.
All right.
And Gizzard,
What?
I had the 681. I had the Henry lever action 22 there. I had another lever action that never even got out of the case at Thunder on the Prairie. And
why didn't you come get me?
I didn't know that you were looking for that stuff, or else I would have broke that stuff out in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. Well, we know what to do. We know what we're doing next year, then, don't we?
Yep. We're gonna go to the 22 range, and then we're gonna go to the big plate rack, and then I'll let you fire off the big boy.
Let's do it.
Yeah, if I can make it up there next year, I'll bring a bunch of mine too.
All right.
Hillbilly, and this is an open invitation to anybody on the panel. If y'all can make it up there next year, right at the first weekend of June for Thunder on the Prairie, we'd be more than welcome to have y'all. We really would, because, man, we had from first year to second year, and then I'll make this short. First year to second year, it was double the people, and we had an absolute blast. It was just, it was fun. First day shoot around, next day filming. It was great. It really was. And the people at the range were all the range safety officers and all the people that own the range, great people. So that's my plug for Nebraska shooter.
Now, DM Foss brought up something out there about the only thing he'd shot was a BB gun in lever action. Yes, I did. When I was a young kid, I did have a Daisy BB gun that was a lever action rifle. I remember that. So I have shot one.
I love my Red Rider, man. And yeah, Tim S., if you can make that hard seltzer, I'd appreciate that.
Okay, is a BB gun considered a firearm? On
Let's
YouTube.
not chance it.
Well, I was going to show off the very first BB gun that I ever had.
This is
You
YouTube. They
can-
won't know the difference.
Right back there.
Yeah, you can
That's
shut your
probably true.
you can shut your camera off and then set it somewhere and turn your
Okay.
camera back on.
I will do that. I'll set it up right behind me and I'll focus it up on it.
Okay. So, Bubba, I think you're the only one that hadn't answered yet, really, other than Pat.
I don't like answering this question simply because I don't own a lever gun, and I feel like it's a travesty that somebody with the name Bubba does not own a lever gun. Okay, so first of all, I've been trying to find me a decent 44 mag or 357 38 special lever action, and I can never find one anywhere locally, and I really don't want to pay shipping price and all that stuff for the other places, so I haven't really been haven't really got the opportunity to get one yet. But I love lever guns. I think they're fun. I've only shot one once. It was my dad's 30-30 Marlin, and I enjoy them. But I mean, the best part about lever guns before anything else is you. And I think I've said this before. You cannot shoot a lever gun without saying "yeehaw" at least once. At least once. All right, you can't like shoot it at least once in your life. If you grab one, you're at least one time going to say "yeehaw." I'm the rootin'est, tootin'est, shootin'est cowboy in the West. Okay, so there's no way. There's no way. Same thing with a revolver too. Same thing with old like Western revolver, especially like the Heritages and stuff like that. I know I get giddy as can be and feel like I'm an old cowboy. So like, I love them both. They're both great. They're both great firearms, honestly. And the revolver, the only thing that can go wrong with a revolver is the timing go out. So it's always going to function properly unless the timing's off. So, like,
I was going to
Just
also
add all
answer
together.
Tommy Boy's question that he asked where Thunder on the Prairie is at. It's in, is it just outside Lincoln, Nebraska? Is that right?
Yes. Right outside of Lincoln.
I can't remember if it's Omaha or Lincoln, but yeah, I think it's outside of Lincoln.
There it is.
That's my
Nice.
very first rifle, the old Red Ryder Daisy one pump with the gold medallion in the buttstock right there. And she's worn, she's torn, but she still shoots. And it's
Did it
I-
had the
man.
saddle loop for the leather strap?
yes, it did.
Yeah.
I have no idea where it went.
Mine was like that.
I actually did a reconstruction video on one of those.
Yeah.
And I've got the next one over there. That is my son's. That's a brand new one over there with the gold band on it. And we get out about every couple weeks, and we just knock down these little steel targets, and we have a good time.
Oh man, it is a blast.
But yeah, that was my very first rifle, and I still got it. It still functions. I still keep her up, and still get her out and have fun with it.
Yeah, a friend of mine out in his garage, he has a couple of those just little lever action BB guns like that, and he's got a piece of just cardboard, foam. And every now and then we might be over there, we'll draw a circle on it, and have a little shooting contest, between grown guys. They're just so much fun. So, All righty. Coming up on 10:30 here, so make sure everybody go ahead and get in your hashtag. I'll put it up here one more time. Hashtag HBN25. And if for those out there, if you're watching on say Pat's Bunker or Pat the Bunker's channel or whatever, you will have to log into the YouTube, this one here on Hillbilly Up, for your and then type in the side chat hashtag HBN25. That way this random indicator contest thing will pick you up. That's the only way it can pick you up. So anyway, but yeah, hashtag. See, I think beef for Baron. I think you hit 8 instead of hashtag there, buddy. You'll have to hit hashtag for it to pick you up, buddy. So just make sure if you haven't yet got that in, go ahead and get that in. And while we're waiting on that, I will go ahead and show you guys what the prize is for tonight. And it is the knife that I've given away here quite a bit, the Albatross knife. It's a nice little knife, locking blade. It's got a bottle opener on it, straight edge, serrated edge. It's got a belt clip on it, a window breaker right here, seat belt or rope cutter. Also has a fire stick starter here. Get that back in there. And it also has a little LED light, and it has a magnet on the back of that. So all that fits in here just handy. It is all steel here. The reason I started getting these is it's great to have all that little stuff on there, the extra stuff. And keep one in the console of the vehicles. For obviously, the glass breaker and the rope cut, the seatbelt cutter, and then, and then any other thing that you might need on it. But it's great to throw in the range bag. Actually, the other day I couldn't get a pin. I was having trouble getting a pin out of my AR. So I literally used this glass breaker to push on the pin to get it started, and I still couldn't get it out the other side. So I was able to open this up and use this right here to hook onto that pin and get it out far enough that I could grab it with my fingers. So it comes in handier than one person thinks, And so, and then we'll see who the winner is. And then if you already have one of those, if you won before, and they do come in 4 different colors. And if you don't want another one, just let me know and we'll do something else here for you. But anyway, let me go ahead and pull up the little wheel here, and we'll get this thing a spin. So it shows we have 24 entries. We had 30-some people on earlier, 38, I believe. Not everybody got in. But anyway, let's go ahead and wind this thing up and give her a spin and see who wins. Boomstick.
Congratulations.
Very nice, Boomstick. Congrats,
Write
man.
your name down, buddy. Congratulations, Boomstick. Boomstick, let me know what color you want. They come in red, black, green, and blue. And email me at this address. And give me your address and where you want that sent. And I will get it sent out to you, buddy. But congratulations, Boomstick. That's awesome. And I do know a few people that's won one of these, and got like 2 different colors, or they're, teenage kid or something, like, ended up with one of them. And so that's always awesome. So, all righty. How much longer can you stay, Jamie? You ready for one more topic, or you need to jump
Yeah,
out?
let's do one more topic, and then I'm gonna bug out and go to bed. And fixing out
All
to
right.
go in here and hope my dog don't throw me outside when I'm putting him outside.
Oh, that's funny,
All
Drake.
righty. So, I thought this would be another fun one to do. If you're watching this for the first time, we like to do, or I like to do, like a couple topics have to do with guns or something, and then the second part of this, we just like to have some fun, regardless. But I like to give some questions that are no way related to guns or anything that hopefully everybody in the side chat and the panel that can relate to. So for this first one, this is probably going to be a quite of a range of stuff. So we will start with Bubba and work our way that direction. And here is the topic. What was your first music record you bought yourself that you actually paid for? What was the artist and song, if you can remember that? And did you buy that on like a record? They had the little singles, they had the full size albums, a cassette, a CD, 8-track, or for some of those, maybe reel to reel. And also, I guess for some of the newer people, it may have been on Apple Music or something, I guess, but anyway, what was that song, that first song or album, band artist that you had to have that you actually used your own money and you paid for that? So, Bubba.
Okay, so as young as I am, it's actually going to surprise a couple of y'all. My first thing I bought was actually a record. It was full size, it was full record album, and it was Nazareth, the one that had the song "Hair of the Dog" on it. It was one of my favorite songs, and anybody that knows that song absolutely knows why I like that song. And then I actually bought two that day. I bought that, and I bought an Elvis record. It was from the Kissing Cousins movie or whatever. So it was the album from that. So I actually bought two that day with my own money for the first time. So, and I actually still got the record player there in the living room. It's actually whenever I do like my mail calls and stuff like that, it's right behind me. It's right behind me. I can play it anytime I want.
Oh, hey, DJ, I see you out there. Do you guys still need to get hold of DJ for any reason about that contest, Walter?
DJ Play Nice, I need you to email me, man. Let me put my email out in a comment.
Is it my turn?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you can go next while Jamie's doing that.
Okay. I was sitting here with the camera off thinking about it because it was a long, long time ago for me. And I think that the first one I bought was on a 45 RPM single. And I know the A side, but I can't remember the B, what was on the B side. But the A side, it was Chubby Checker and the Twist. Okay. And that was in the late, that was back in the 50s. He didn't write that song. It was a cover of a song written by somebody else. I can't remember who actually wrote that song, but it went to #1 on Billboard, and we all danced to it. And we were in like 8th, 9th grade or something back then. So I'm pretty sure that was the first one that I actually bought, the 45. So
I think a lot of people's dance to Twist, and still even to the day. What a song that's lasted throughout the decades.
Well, it took off back then. I'll tell you, it was back then. You know, the high school dances, we called them a sock hop because you weren't allowed to wear your hard sole shoes into the gym, which is where we had all the school dances. So the school dances were always sock hops. You had to go in there on your socks, and you were slip sliding all over the place. But when the twist came out, it was hard to keep your footing. you almost had to take your socks off and go barefoot.
Yeah, you betcha.
Oh,
Okay,
I do have one thing to say. One
Yeah.
one small thing. I swear it's small. If anybody finds the record, I mean, just straight up record for the ink spots, let me know. I've been trying to get a hold of that one. So,
alrighty. Okay, Jamie. He was busy there. So what was yours, buddy?
This is difficult for me because I worked for 4 years at a jukebox company, and we would my part of my job. Hey, Hasbro, part of my job was to pick out the music that went on the jukeboxes. But when I was a little kid, we also what makes this also very difficult was um, we would go to the radio station and buy boxes and boxes of 45s. But the one that sticks out in my mind, Wild Thing by the
The Trogs.
Tribe.
You make my heart sing.
Yeah, that
You
was my
betcha.
first. That was my first 45. Then when I got my first job, now this was a little bitty. I was a little bitty kid, and my mom called that record blasphemy because she said it was making fun of the Kennedys. She said the guy that was singing it was trying to sound like John F. or Bobby Kennedy, and I'm like, Mother, you're the only one I've ever heard say anything like this.
Wow.
But later
Was
on,
that
when I
about
got
66?
Something
65,
like that.
66? Yeah, right in the middle of the 60s. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
so then I went. When I got my first job, I went to the record store. I remember buying these two albums at the same time, and y'all gonna think I'm insane. I bought ZZ Top, Tres Hombres, and Johnny Cash, Folsom live at San Quentin at the same time.
There you go. Good ones.
So Johnny Cash that was an older release, so it had been out for a while at that point. But Tres
Yeah.
Hombres was a good while ago. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna bid y'all good night. I got to get up and go to church tomorrow, and maybe they won't judge me at the Baptist church for buying heathen music when I was a teenager.
Night, Jamie.
Good night,
Good night,
Jamie.
guys.
Thanks for
Good night.
Good night, Jamie.
And
Jamie.
y'all remind DJ Play Nice to send me an email.
Will do.
Thanks. Bye.
That's Jamie.
Bye,
Have a
buddy.
good one.
Yeah, Wild Thing. That was the first guitar lick I learned on the guitar. All right. So, Gizzard, Gary, I see you'd put yours out there, but go ahead and tell everybody.
I don't know why I remember that, but I do remember it. It was the summer of '75. I was 15 years old, and I bought 45 of Grand Funk Railroad. The name of the song was "Bad Time," and it was a big radio hit back in that summer. So I don't know why, but that's the first one I ever bought. So, and I remember that, and that was a long time ago.
Man, a lot of these songs are bringing up some great old memories, man.
I'm just waiting for someone to say they had Tennessee Ernie Ford's 16-ton song was the first album. By the way, that's another album I want, by the way. Just saying.
I inherited that from my grandpa.
Oh,
That's a good album. I still have it.
lucky.
All right. So, MacMan, what was your first one, buddy?
It was May of 1982 when I turned 15. I got some money for my birthday. and I went out and I bought. It was a Madness. Group was called Madness, and the record was House of Fun. It was their only number one they ever had, and I bought that in May of '82.
Awesome.
What's Pat nodding for? You know that record, Pat?
Yes, I have that one. It's on vinyl and it's up in the storage. That's
And the one I actually
have
bought-
that one.
And the one I bought was a limited edition picture disc as well.
Yep, I know exactly which. I collect vinyl, so I know exactly what you're talking about there, MacMan.
Yeah, I love that band. Madness was my favorite band in them day back in the day.
Yep, that was a good band back in the day, for sure.
And they're still going now. They're still doing concerts now.
Oh, they're still on the road. Wow.
They're still on the road, yeah. They did they did a concert in London in one of the parks 2 years ago. And when they were actually doing Baggy Trousers and the music was blasting and everybody was jumping, it actually measured on the Richter scale in London that they thought they were having an earthquake because of how loud the music was and how much people were stamping. It actually registered, and it's a fact that it actually registered on the Richter scale.
Perfect.
It was amazing.
Well, that's awesome.
Perfect.
So, Pat, you're up next, and I'll be right back, buddy. But yeah, go ahead and tell us about yours.
Okay, well, first, vinyl. Y'all think I'm probably pretty young, but I'm actually 43. Mom and Dad had a record player, and I had Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, the double track album was the first one I picked up. And then for the cassette, I had the Brooks and Dunn Country, the first double side cassette that they put out, My Maria, and the 8-track tape that they had. They had the double player on there. I had ZZ Top, Tres Hombres on there. And then my first CD was Nirvana, Nevermind. And the second one I picked up the very same day was what's the name of that one? It was Cowboys from Hell.
Pantera.
From Pantera. Yes. Thank you, Bubba.
Rest
And
in peace, Vinnie Paul. Rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Thank you, because those guys and all the ones I just named off, I love a lot of different music. It doesn't matter whether it's between jazz or anything. I used to play in a band, and we used to play everything, and so I can respect a lot of different music. So a lot of those bands from early Sixers, all the way from Chubby Chase, all the way up till Ghost. I'll put down Ghost, Square Hammer. Yeah, I love a lot of different music. So I know a lot of different stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it was probably like, I remember if I was around 10, 11 years old, probably, and I had a lot of, albums or 45s that like was either my parents, we had the Beach Boys, the Righteous Brothers, Elvis, all that stuff. And, but, it's like, it seems like the one you wanted was what was hot on the radio at that time. And cassettes were not out, at that time. And so it was I was going to be able to buy a 45 vinyl record, the small one. And I remember like just could not make my mind up. There was two of them that was out on the radio hot, at the time. And it was a choice between Blondie, The Man from Mars, or Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond. And I couldn't make my mind up. And because, if you're not heard of like Blondie, The Man from Mars, that is like actually the first rap album, the first rap song. And because it was so different than any of the other music, it was just, that was really exciting, But I ended up buying Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond. That was the first one I bought that I paid for myself. And back then, it was either mowing yards for money, or I don't know if anybody remembers picking up pop bottles along the side of the road. They had here at that time, they had a 10-cent deposit. So if you found a pop bottle somebody threw out beside the road, or, anything like that, you take it to the local store there, and for each one you turned in, they give you 10 cents a piece for. And so, that was some pretty good money for a young kid right there. Johnny Horton. I'm a big Johnny Horton fan. Yeah.
I have that one too in the original sleeve.
Here you go, Pat.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's had some use. It's had some use. I have put this hat back together so many times. It's actually got a different strap on the back. This is one of my favorite hats. I bought it in 2004 when he died, and I've had it ever since, and I always wore it. But it's getting so bad now that I've got.
That's just a wall hang. That's just a wall hang.
Yeah. But it's seen some stuff now.
Love it, Bubba. Excellent hat.
Sorry, Hillbilly. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. There you go. New text I said we mowed yards, picked up balls, and trapped varmints for money. Yeah, that's how it was here, man. I bought my first car, from just doing stuff like that, and I actually did get a job at a restaurant like when I was 14 on the weekends in the summer, But yeah, that's how we rolled around here. That's for sure. Was there any type of money like picking up bottles or anything that you guys did? Anything like that? Anybody pick up pop bottles or any of that stuff as a young kid?
Oh yeah, pop bottles, mowing yards, and we were country people, so we had animals too. As kids, always had a lamb or a hog or something going. Was our money. So
yeah.
Of course, I did. I was homeless.
Was you in California at that time growing up? Did you grow up there, Walter?
Yeah. I was born in Ohio, but my folks brought me out here when I was a baby.
So I was always envious of California at that time because we got 10 cents for the bottle. And I believe it said on there like 20 cents or something like that in California.
I don't remember getting 20 cents. It
or
might have been
15. I know it was.
I think it was. It might have been 15.
Yeah,
I think it was 15 cents is what we would get for a Coke bottle. I mean, it was good. You had back then. You had 2 Coke bottle refunds, and you had a quarter to get in the movies with.
There you go. And I didn't realize that reason you guys at the time. The reason you guys got more because you had to pay more for the soda, to start out with. I'm sure.
Just another side comment. That's the reason why movie theaters used to have the bring in 2 Coke cans or whatever, and you got in for free.
Mm-hmm.
That deal originated because of what Walter just said. It would be enough to get a ticket. Yep. So they used to do those deals. They don't do them anymore because, by God, it's arm and leg to get into a movie theater now. But yeah, no, I remember that stuff.
Man, I do remember at 8 or 10 years old me and a couple of my buddies, we were going to pick up pop bottles. So we don't know, we was going to get some candy and some fireworks or something. I think it was fireworks, the local gas station or whatever back then, trading store, they had fireworks there too, and so we were going to do that. And my little brother, he's a couple years younger than me, and he wanted to help us. And we're like, nah, man, you go find your own, you're too young. So anyway, we spent a good half day going through everywhere we could find, walking the ditch lines, gathering pop bottles. And so we got up there to the store, and a little brother was sitting on the front bench outside the front door. He had a big old bag of candy, and he had some fireworks, and he just drinking his soda and eating that candy. And we're like, man, what? Did you find that many pop bottles for us? And he's like, yeah. We're like, man, that's amazing, And so like we cashed ours in, and we're sitting out there on the front bench of the store, and like, man, where'd you find yours at? And he goes, man, I found the best stash. You wouldn't believe it. Like, hey, we'll give you some candy if you tell us where it is. And so we did. And so he's like, yeah, come with me. So we walk around the store, and in the back of the store where they put the pop bottles, he was getting them out of there and bringing them around to the front again and turning them back in again. Like, you can't do that, buddy.
That's great.
Yeah. They stood him out the back door of the store there, and he's going down there and getting them.
We had where when I was homeless, or we used to live off the side and camped out by this lake. It was a pay lake, so we would go around and we'd pick up the bottles so the guy wouldn't get on to my mom or anybody for staying there and sleeping pretty much in the car or in a tent. And he would pay us to pick up all the bottles and stuff and all the trash people left behind. So it helped out the pay lake, and we also got a little bit of money in return, so we'd have enough money to get like some type of food or something like that. So I have fond memories dragging a little red wagon around a lake and picking up beer cans and bottles and stuff like that, and taking them up there.
See, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and stuff was fairly reasonable back then, for a little kid, candy and all that stuff. I mean, it wasn't just so outrageous. But see where we are. Okay, here. So let's just go ahead and we'll wind this down. We're coming up on 11 o'clock Central Time. So it'll be midnight Eastern. And let's go through the room and let everybody plug their channel and and tell them what they got coming up or stuff like that. So tell you what, we'll just start with you, Bubba, and work our way around.
I already promoted my channel at the beginning, so I'm going to go ahead and say these guys right here, this guy, and this guy. Go check out their channels. They are great guys. Go check them out. They got great content. They're pretty funny to listen to and pretty cool to watch. Other than that, got a bunch of other guys out in the side chat that have their own channels. Scottish American has his own channel. Gun websites. Definitely go check them out. And my buddy Boomstick, I don't think he's making any more videos anymore because YouTube's been up his rear constantly.
Oh,
so, he lost his main channel, and yeah. So,
man.
good guys out there. And Gary's twin is another guy I will say, firearms addict. He looks exactly like Gary. And he's got a lot of old rifles. I mean, he's got an old Civil War sniper rifle, literally a sniper rifle from the Civil War.
Wow.
It's one of the first ones developed. So go check out his channel. He's got that. And have a blessed day, guys. Keep getting at it.
All righty. Well, thanks, Bubba. Thanks for coming on, and always appreciate you. And guys, if you ain't been to Bubba's channel, go and check it out and give him a sub. You won't regret it. Great channel, great guy. So, Walter, what do you got coming up? Try to stay out of YouTube jail, buddy.
Well, mostly what I've got coming up is not going to be on YouTube. It's over on my Rumble channel. I'm skating on thin ice with YouTube again. But if you don't push the envelope, you don't get anywhere. You gotta keep them on their toes too. So I got this series going called Moldy Monday, and we talked a little bit about that right at the beginning of the show, but some of you guys came in late, and so I've got a fairly substantial collection of bullet casting molds, and a lot of them I've never cast before. Doesn't mean they're brand new. It just means that I bought them used or whatever, and just never cast them. So this week, I think I'm up to episode 17 or 18 coming up on Monday. And it's 3 different bullets that I cast for 41 mag. I don't own a 41 mag. So these are going out to another fella. So I'm looking for a 41 mag, but they're hen's teeth here in California right now. So that's coming up this Monday. And I'm starting to work up the next Henry's and Handguns, which is a short series. There's only going to be 5 of them about making ammunition for a lever gun and a handgun in the same caliber, and then go shoot them. And the next one's going to be 44. So that's what we're working on next. I'm not sure which 44 cartridge it'll be. It might be 44 Russian that I stick in them instead of 44 mag or 44 special. We'll see. I haven't decided yet what actual cartridge we'll use, but that's the next one. It's probably a week out on that one. So that's what I got going on.
All right. Yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out Walter's channel, go over there and check it out. He has some great stuff. I mean, and sad to say, but he has to move a lot of the good stuff over to Rumble, so it's not hard to follow that right on over there to watch that, a video or something. It's not a problem. So, don't think it's like, oh man, I don't want to have to go to Rumble. It's not a big deal. Trust me. It's not, it's well worth going over there and watching some videos that can't be posted here on YouTube. So
it's just a matter of time before anything about reloading is going to be gone from YouTube altogether.
Yeah,
they're working on it, and the channels that you're watching now that are still showing reloading stuff, it's only because YouTube hasn't caught up with them yet. They're on a campaign, so it's just a matter of time.
Right.
All righty. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Walter. Like I said, guys, go and check the channel out and get subbed to him. You will not be disappointed. And so, Gary, you're up next, buddy.
Is
there
all
he is.
Right. Well, let's see. Every Friday I have a live stream on my channel. That's Gizzard Gary, and that is at 9 p.m. Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time. It's called Foul Territory, as in FOWL territory. And we talk about some 2A or firearms topics. We have a little bit of a swag giveaway. And then we look at viewer-submitted pictures. We call it GORN. Sometimes people send in pictures of their guns. Other times it's memes and stuff like that. And we just have a good time for a couple hours every Friday. So if you could come by, we'd love to have you. Love to have you there. And I'd like to thank Hillbilly for having me on the show, as always.
Thank you so much for being on tonight, Gary. And really appreciate you, buddy. And guys, go check out Gary's channel. And you won't be disappointed. Get subbed to him. His videos are great. The Friday nights, lives are fun. It's a great channel. So if you haven't been there, go visit him and give him a sub. You won't be disappointed. Thank you, Gary. And Mac Man, you're up next, buddy.
Thank you. So I do a live stream on a Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Arizona time. On for an hour. We only run for just over an hour, and it's normally a hands-on stream where we're doing product review. We're doing some work on one of the machines or anything like that. So it seems to be quite popular. So I run that every Monday night. We do a little prize draw, do some giveaways. So that's always good. Also, I've dropped quite a few videos today, guys. I've got the series running on loading 4570 at the moment. So I think I dropped 2 today. There's one just dropped now, one earlier. And I picked up 3 new guns this week. So there's 3 of them just dropped this weekend as well. So just check out the channel, MacMan039 Reloading, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and get some use out of it. And thanks for having me on, Hillbilly. It's been great. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to the side chat. It's been a great night again.
Well, thank you so much, Mac, man, for coming on. I appreciate it. You have a great channel. Guys, go over there and check it out. Get sub to him. It's another channel. You're not going to be disappointed. I mean, it's a great channel. His lives are great. I sit here, and take notes, and I'm watching these guys do these lives, especially about reloading, because I don't reload. So I got a notebook. I'm just always taking notes and thinking, okay, yeah, this is something I need to look for, or stuff like that. So it's great. It's fun. It's educational. So anyway, thanks a lot, Mac, man, for being on. Pat, what you got coming up, buddy?
Well, got some more stuff coming from Thunder on the Prairie. Gonna have old Squibload is gonna be highlighted this week, so this is
all right.
It's gonna be a blast, and just got a lot of different stuff to go through, and a lot of videos coming up. Didn't get one put out last weekend. I'm too busy, but this Sunday I'll get a couple put out, and go check out everybody on the panel and everybody out on the side chat. Everybody's got a lot of different diverse content. I mean, anything from podcast to reloading to shooting to everything. I mean, everybody's got a lot of different stuff to share. So, but I am Pat in a Bunker, and you can come see me at Pat in a Bunker on YouTube, and I am on Facebook too, especially on the 2A collaboration. You can see me there too. And hey, man, thanks for having me on tonight. Pleasure as always.
Well, thank you, Pat. Thanks for coming on, man. I always appreciate you. Hey, guys, go over and check out Pat's channel. It's a great channel. It's awesome. Get subscribed to him. And, right now it's Pat in the Bunker, but if you watch his videos, sometimes it's Pat on a four-wheeler, Pat in a tree, Pat in a tractor, so always great stuff.
Yeah, it can always change.
Yeah. And guys, I also want to say, not only these people on the panel, great bunch of guys, got great channels, but so many people out in the side chat have great content, great channels. Just, if you see them on there and, go check out their channels also, because, we can't have everybody on the panel. I wish we could, but that would be a blast, but, we just can't. And so anyway, go check out those people too. And I want to thank the side chat. Everybody's been watching and showed up, and it's been a lot of fun. I hope you had a great time. And so we're going to put this stream to bed here. So I want to tell everybody, thank you, Hillbilly Nation, for watching. Remember God, family, and country, and make somebody's day better, will you? It's real easy to do. So make somebody's day better if you can. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you again. We love you, Hillbilly Nation. Everybody say bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.